Second incident. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them, and I can't carry this. And I don't want to have hate towards people. But growing more in accountability, I must do with my own works and my own actions. I go to work. And I deal with gang stalkers at work and at home. It's supposed to bring on mental anguish and paranoia, but I'm not paranoid. God is my focus, my way of being, not entertaining the flesh and the things attached to their environment, the people. It's, you know. So I go to this job. A lot of the jobs I work at, I'm dealing with gang stalkers, dealing with harassment, bullying, and sexual harassment. This is so lame. Oh gosh, this is lame. So it's either bullying, belittling, and harassment from supervisors or managers, or it's sexual harassment, or it's plotting up that I am being the one that's doing the sexual harassment. And this job site, it was all goddamn three. God forgive me. It was all combination things that don't even make sense. I had to reflect and detach and distance myself so many times and remind myself, hey, to be accountable for my actions, because these people, they're getting paid to participate in this. Because if there's some proof to reveal it, they're acting nervous and angry and upset. First of all, I try to have respect for any and everybody who I run into. I'm a very humble person, but that don't mean to take that humility for granted. I try to give people respect on who they are, what they do, all those things. But there are some people who are paid to lie on others. And if their ego is so high, they run with any bit of ways to bring on destruction to your life and get enjoyment out of you being broken from that. I said this before, and I say this again. If I was in my old ways, I wouldn't be teasing no man. I would be in the act of whatever I was doing. I would be enjoying it, the act of it. Forget teasing. So I'm not in the mood or standard or mindset to tease someone when I want to respect them. That's my motive, intentions, actions. That's me all day long. Even if they don't respect me, cool. Let's, whatever your purpose is in my life, let's get this activity of work and being productive done so I can get on going. Because who is going to deal with disrespect from others and just going to be in the surrendering, receiving position? Who's going to take a verbal abuse and others not take note of it and clap back, bring it up? These men will run in my path and see me focus on where I'm going, and to see I'm looking at their body, I'm looking at them, I'm lusting at them, but not humble enough to accept truth. Their reaction to others explaining themselves on what they go through reveal who they are. It reveals what they've been doing. It went from drama, conflict, disagreements, disrespect from the supervisor to other staff members, like left and right hot cake. And the cameras that they have at their property is revealing itself. I seen the PI come there to speak with the security guard to give them hunches and what to do, how to do. This supervisor lied on me so much. He told other staff members I was thirsty for him. I was trying to lust after him. But the more I became distant, the more this individual lied, create another lie. And then became verbal disrespectful towards me. And when that didn't work, he sent in others. Oh, I'm lusting after them as well. How can I lust after someone when I don't want to communicate with them? When I want to get things done and keep it moving, but they come in my path and make it about them. I'm using a cart to move to get cleaning done, or running a machine through a floor to run the floor. How can you make your solid statement about you when you're not being considerate about who has a machine or item they're moving to be productive? If it was about them, I would go to them. If I was lustful, if I was thirsty, They called me a 304. Okay, I've been there where I didn't tease no man. But had to heal from that. Because I wasn't respecting a man and respecting the woman that was meant to be. There was no respect and healing. Had to evolve from that. And to deal with this every other day, it was chaotic. Chaotic. Side note, you don't deal with no healing. You don't grow in healing. You don't do no shadow work, no healing works. Other people deal with you don't deal with. This what made me be more solid with God. Because it made me reflect on me. What others do and they don't see. There was this incident several times of me trying to run the machine through the floor. Everyone who does cleaning, you can't really clean if a lot of people are around, right? How can you if they're in the way? If the very area you're supposed to clean, they're occupying the area. This particular person trained me to clean floors at 10 p.m., 8 p.m., where there was hardly no one in the area, so you can look at the floor. You're buffing floors, you're sweeping the floor. But when I'm running the machine through the floor and got the hang of it after a while, he tells me to run the machine through the floor between 5 and 6 p.m. I tried it, and people lied on me, say I was lusting and looking at people inappropriately. And I understand slander's supposed to break you, but I got receipts on who started what and who said what. That wasn't originally my idea. I'm confident to love on me and not to operate out of lust. Lust brings on damage to everyone that's involved. It's not just ones who want love. It affects ones who operate out of ego as well. And it's extremely cheesy to try to get with somebody you work with. You work with or that's from the job environment. That crap is cheesy as hell. So I would stand my ground After that time of people running their choppers, and even the security guard, aka she was an agent or police officer. She wasn't a security guard. I know that. Because she was the main one reporting back to my supervisor on what I'm doing. But yet didn't know my supervisor told me to do that. And there would be gang stalkers that would come in my way. I'm like, you see me with the machine? I can't quickly move out of your way. I'm on the right side and the left side is already done. And you coming over here and there's still room for me to get to, and there's plenty room on the other side. It's not like a small area. You know, even when I turned around, it was too much in my space. But without me having proof, I look psychotic and mentally ill and delusional. But when I bring up proof of things and receipts and who started what and who's participating in it, it's a problem. I worked in different environments and know how to clean. You can't thoroughly clean if someone is in the way. So I followed the instructions. I gave it a benefit of the doubt. Supervisor told me stop the machine. I did. Let people go. But they steady did the opposite. And I couldn't get nothing done. And people constantly was lying. How can you come in someone's way and say that they're lusting after you, but you coming in their space? You coming in my way. Just because you there, that don't mean I'm focused on you. Then when I speak about this to the supervisor, hey, I don't want to run the machine at this time. I said it nicely. I said it respectfully. Sir, can I run it at the time that I prefer, where it's clear? He wants to go back and forth with me and argue. It was all kind of abuse I dealt with, in other words. Let me get straight to the point. All kind of abuse. But people getting paid to do these things. But have nerve to be upset when they get exposed and when I speak on it. How can you be destructive and play God at the same time and think you're not going to get a taste of that same destruction you put out? This man went off on me and then tried to overpower me with communicating that what he's saying is right, and I know it was wrong. Because for one, why would you train me at a time when there's nobody on the floor? Why would other people, when they run the machine on the floor, it's late at night shift? It's around 8. 9 p.m. And then when I speak on it, it's no more of communication from my supervisor. It's someone trying to talk to me like they're my fault. The main excuse was the main issue that this individual was standing on. You can see better during the day from the daylight, and there's no streaks on the floor. I can see even in the dark. Spoken to management about it, and she supported what the supervisor mentioned, which is completely chaotic. So there would be more gang stalkers every time the supervisor or certain staff spread lies and slander. There'll be more ones coming around observing me, which is no problem. I have no problem with ones observing me, but they're listening to only their side and not hearing what one go through. From trauma bonding, bullying, bringing up one's past, sexual harassment, I mean lusting hard. And I made it clear, yo, I want to respect you as who you are and your role. That's it. I made it clear. There's no wishy-washy. There's no wearing a mask. There's no secret motives and intentions and actions. But the same people who spread lies have a lot of it. I would have to deal with these people's mood swings through their communication and still have to respect them. And it's dangerous because flesh trying to arise, but it's a need to use wisdom. I don't open up my personal life or my past or even of the current to people in the professional environment because it's none of their business, and I do not want to know no one like that any type of way. Even if they open up to me, there's something I'm not bringing up. I can recall the same supervisor. Plenty of times try to be nice, and he'll take me being nice as flirting. That's a big leap of reaching. Me being kind to you is flirting. Me being respectful to you is flirting. So I stopped being nice, but being direct, straight to the point. Because I ain't go there for that. I ain't go in that environment for that. Any work environment, hell, for that. There was no room to be accountable for one's actions and no room to respect them for the accountability of authority that they had. Because it wasn't real help and support on what they're doing. The moment I start being distanced with this individual after telling him I don't, showing him, hey, I don't want to be with you, I don't want to go to bed with you, I'm not into you, Then days later, it would be ways of him trying to chastise me to try to put me in my place. With him not being active in this role of a supervisor. The more I communicated with him, it was not about help. It was plots, lies, projections, and an unbalance of mood swings I didn't know I was dealing with walking in the door. If I'm going to deal with a meltdown today, if I'm going to deal with trying to create more lies, operate out of lust. I didn't know. And I'm saying to myself, Jesus, I got my own mental health issues I'm fighting against. I'm not in no position to help somebody with their own. I'm not in no position to project at nobody else either. What do you do? Well, some will say, well, you should tell management. But what do you do when management knows about it and approve it and getting paid to do these things? I'm not the type to talk down on people, but if someone is not interested in someone, that don't give you a right to verbally and physically lie on them, verbally abuse them, and try to belittle them. That don't give you no right. I mean, from my job duties, after one would tell me how to do what to do, they will overwork me with the job duties and think one is not aware of it. One wasn't aware of it. I was clearly aware of it. Who goes to a job site to be lustful at someone or send them mixed signals and lie on them? and create all this destruction, but don't want them to speak on. If anyone who plots against me went through what I went through, they will be speaking and doing more than what I am right now. I'm pretty sure. Using jobs to create trauma and abuse. And to pay gangstalkers to observe and create, support their destruction. But when someone get a paper trail on it and speak on it, what then? Because just like they don't care about me when they create these lies, when he created those lies, he couldn't stand on the lie he was saying. And then come back around days later with another plot, another lie, another tactic. It's like, dang, I'm already distanced from you. I'm already cold to you. What else can I be? I'm not coming here for you. I'm coming here to do what I need to do. Get support from you as the role you sign up for and leave.